I give God the glory for His mercies and His goodness. My name remains Prophet Akingbulugbe Ayo. What God has in common for us to understand about Benue as a state in Nigeria is what I will reveal a little about at this moment. I thank God, and even though I expected President Bola Tinubu to have arrived at Benue few hours after the incident, but he tarried. He laid behind a bit before he started, coming. It is a bit uncalled for. I have to let Baba know that it's a bit uncalled for, because there is no one whose child will be involved and will not what? Rise up immediately to know and to see how he or she would rescue the child. Even if the child is dead, he will want to see the kind of death that have ravaged his or her, child. Unfortunately, our president said he will see in his schedule, leave some official work behind and find time to visit Benue. Allegedly. It is uncalled for. It is uncalled for. No matter whatever may be at hand, no matter whatever may have happened or occurred that could weigh the president down, he should have jettisoned such and move ahead everyone. I was so glad that on that day, very dark man, proceeded to that scene. He live streamed, he recorded and showcased all that were happening there. In fact, it was a hell. Probably the people in question are not prepared to tell the president precisely what happened there, and that could make him to tarry, so long before he visited the place. Baba Tinubu is not Buhari now. You are not Mr. Bubu. You are not. You should have treated them as if they are your children, because you are the father of the nation. So for you to have tarried behind or tarried a bit before you visited the place is uncalled for. Baba is barbaric. It's barbaric. Anyway, I will chip in one or two things that the Lord have revealed to me. And I want the federal government to take a proactive action over this and make have findings, or if they need be, or I believe it is necessary. The Lord made me to understand that the gift of nature given to Benue State was what these evil ones have discovered even before the people, the son of the soil, discovered this. There are some mineral resources that were deposited by God in that area that these people have what? Discovered, like they did in Sambisa. Allegedly, we were told in our findings that Philadelphia as a nutrient, a natural what? Resources deposited in that end was what made, the people, the elites, to descend on the people in that environment and dislodged them, send them to IDP. So the same thing they want to do in Benue. So I want to call the president to look into this carefully. You see, when we are fighting, don't let me use fighting. When we are agitating that we want to go, Yoruba want to go, the Igbos want to go, even the Arewas are ready to go. God has done these things. He did it equally. He distributed it equally. We have these natural resources in different locations in Nigeria. Niger Delta has their oil. Bitumen is in Ondo State. And what? And gold. Osun State. Let's say in Yoruba land, we have gold, we have cocoa, we have bitumen, and we have oil too. Because I could remember when I was young, we do go, we and I and my colleagues, we do go after we might have returned from school, by 2 o'clock, we visited River Oluwa in our town. Nígbà yẹn a máa ń rí kíni, a máa ń rí àwọn epo tó wà ọ̀rá epo lórí omi. It was when I now grown up tí mo found out pé I studied physics in the university and found out that but as a geoinformatic system, in geology then was when I now realized that ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tá à ń rí nígbà yẹn nígbà tá wà ń kékeré lórí omi, was as a result wípé Ọlọ́run deposit àwọn kíni àwọn nutrients kan síbẹ̀, àwọn natural resources kan ó deposit ẹ̀ sínú omi yẹn, sí abẹ́ omi yẹn. So àwọn olóòrùn jáde lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀, it happens. You understand? And so all these things, they are in their different locations in this nation. And while we are saying this, àwọn kan ò lè wá máa ti bìkan wá kó a máa jẹ gàba lé wa lórí. The Hausas, the Fulanis, they loom into the Niger Delta and do what? And conquer them. Well, conquer what? They are under conquest. Because the oil they have there, they cannot, speak it out boldly that they own it. But God that deposited it there, deposited it for them, those that are in that direction. Èyí tí Ọlọ́run deposit gold tó wà ní Zamfara, gold tó wà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá náà, gbogbo àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí lọ́lọ́run pín dáradára fún ètí ṣe each zone láti man kí wọ́n lè fi ṣe ìkẹ́ ara wọn. Unfortunately, look at how it is. The contraption Lord Lugard, put us in, it's now punishing us. And we are not wise enough to understand that regionally we are different from one another. Ethically, we are different from one another. Language-wise, we are different from one another. Even religiously, we are different from one another. All these things, God has done them, in His way, in a normal way, where we should manage them and have peace. But unfortunately, the Bible says, my people are perished for lack of knowledge. If Oyibo man should come and what? And bring us together to torment us, to dislodge us, to distract us, and to manipulate us. We don't supposed to manipulate ourselves. Having discovered these things, I am sure that President Tinubu have known these things, not today, not yesterday. During the period Abacha was trying to clap down on him, he ran into exile and said he didn't believe in one Nigeria. It's a vision. It's a clear vision. He saw it and he said he didn't believe in one Nigeria. And today, look at what is happening. He is now believing in one Nigeria, knowing fully that Nigeria has gotten deteriorated. Far back, the period of what? Of Gowon. Let us just talk. Kí ni nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé ẹja sọ̀rọ̀? Kí ni nǹkan tá lè sọ wípé price yẹ high ní Nigeria to come down? Ẹ wò ìṣáná, matches. Look at matches. The price of matches, the price of tomato, tin tomato. I remember those days when I was small, at the age of 7. Tin tomato was what? Was as cheap as anything compared to today. Look at what is happening in the nation. And we are still saying the future of the country is what is better. Why some people are worried Jenny the Madarosa, but things are getting better. Things are getting better. I thank God for SAN, Baba Falana, that made Akpabio to understand. I mean, Wike to understand that things are getting worse and tougher in every day. The rationals are struggling to eat once in a day. We are struggling seriously to do what? To feed our children. It has not been easy. So, like what my sister Adiola was saying there, it seems as if the masses, as they have termed us to be, the elite, that is less than 2 million out of 200 million, who are enjoying the national cake, have termed us that they have impoverished to be what? To be masses. Udumigo. They have called us, termed us to be what? To be the masses. They have so much impoverished us that we cannot think straight anymore. Benue State lost 200 people at a go. And the president was to visit them, and they are making preparations to welcome in what? The president. As if he's coming to give them gold. He's coming to do what? To launch a project, a completed project. As if he was coming there to do what? To inaugurate, institutions. He was coming, he was to come and do what? A man. Even he shouldn't inform them that he will be coming. And that's why I accept and I say kudos to Fayem Adiola with what she has rendered here. So far so good. I want the whole people of Nigeria to understand that there is a Wakoro was here in Yomoye that has a political undertone, has revealed to me spiritually that the gift of nature that was deposited in that area for the people to make use of and to become someone in life, to become people, good people, rich people, is what these people have discovered. And I want President Tinubu to inaugurate a committee that will look into that state and give them peace. Benue hasn't peace. Benue ò ní àlàáfíà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ̀ dáradára lọ́lọ́run dá gbogbo wa o. Tí ẹ bá sì mọ̀ pé kò ṣeé ṣe, ẹ jọ̀wọ́ lùwé Olúwa ti fi hàn mí, kì í ṣe ní kì í ṣàná. Wípé alàgbà Tinubu gbé ìdíṣe Yorùbá sovereignty ó gbé sókè. Ó fi hàn gbogbo àgbáyé, ó yí sọ́tún ó yí sósì, sígun mẹ́rin ayé, ó sì ṣe kí ni ó gbé sórí tábìlì, ó append signature sórí ẹ̀. Kúlúkúlùkù máa lọ. Ohun tí ìbá dára ni ẹ títí láéláé ní ògo yẹn bá wà fún ìdílé Jonathan ní 2014 tó bá jẹ́ pé gbà tí etí ṣe kíni tí amalgamation of 100 years 1 century to end ní 2014 ní Jonathan ti ṣe. Ìran tó ń bọ̀ ní ìran mẹ́wàá tó ń bọ̀ a máa ṣe kíni a máa ṣe kudos fún ìdíṣe ìdílé Jonathan. If Jonathan has done it during his own period in 2014, that he has done what? He has split this nation. That the Igbo should go, the Hausa should go, that the Yoruba should maintain their culture. Sincerely speaking, till tomorrow, until the next 10 generations, his name will not be rubbed off, will not be rubbish. Even in the book of life in heaven, it will be written. But unfortunately, because of what they thought they would gain, they failed to do that. I eulogize you, President Tinubu. Inaugurate a committee that will look into that area. Whatever be the natural resources that God has deposited in that area that is yet undiscovered, which some, sharp brain and sharp eyes people have seen, let them do what? Let them discover it and guide against it, so that they will not displace the people of Benue like they did in Benue, in Zambesa forest. My sister Adiola Fayo has said some things here which I want you to listen into.
Intensified players online, because at this point, how can more than 100 of your citizens be slaughtered overnight? Once again, by the same herdsmen that have killed more than 1,000 people in Benue State just within the last 2 years. So officially, more than 1,000 people in Benue State have been slaughtered by these herdsmen who are forcefully taking their lands from them. This has happened over and over and over again. Why should it take the president more than 24 hours to release a statement about something that happened in his state? And then when he released a statement, his press statement basically blamed the victims for what happened. He said political and community leaders in Benue State must act responsibly and avoid inflammatory utterances that could further increase tensions and killings. And I'm like, wait, is he saying that it is because of the things that the political leaders in Benue State are saying? Is that why they are getting killed? These people are coming to their land. They are forcefully taking their land from them because the land where their own cows had been grazing, everything has dried up. So now they are coming into other people's land, killing them, and then occupying their land. Why would the president be talking like this? And then he said, this is the time for Governor Alia, the governor of Benue State, to act as a statesman and immediately lead the process of dialogue and reconciliation that will bring peace to Benue. The people are not trying to reconcile with their killers. What is the president talking about? Talking about this is the time to dialogue, this is the time for reconciliation. No, they just want them to leave them alone. They want to take their lands back, and they want these people to go back to where they are from. Graze in your own land and leave them alone. This is all the people are asking for. Then he said, our people must live in peace, and it is possible when leaders across the divide work together in harmony and differences are identified and addressed with fairness, openness, and justice. See, it's not that we are not saying that we want to live in peace, but if some people are bent on not living in peace, why will you now blame their victims for being the ones not wanting to live in peace? If you want to talk about people living in peace, talk to the herdsmen who are armed, who are coming into these people's land and taking their lands from them, killing them, slaughtering husbands, wives, children, They are killing children. Official report says 150 something people, and everybody knows that it is usually way more than that, which is why people have been saying hundreds of people were killed in an operation that lasted for more than 5 hours. More than 5 hours, and you have the president after more than 24 hours telling us that it is time for the people of Benue to be responsible and avoid inflammatory utterances. Well, what kind of yeye press statement was this? Please tell me this did not come from the office of the presidency, except for the fact that it was posted on the president's Twitter page. How do you explain this kind of nonsense? And then you know the one that is even paining me on top of all of this. The man now said at an event that he commiserates with the people of Benue. Once again, he repeated the same thing in his press statement, that the political leaders of Benue State, they need to work towards peace. This is the victims telling them to work towards peace. And then he said, I will adjust my program to visit Benue people on Wednesday.
We should be able to manage our anger and frustrations. I sympathize those who have lost their life. I will adjust my program and go see Benue people on Wednesday.
I said, shoo. I did not know that these people needed to make an appointment with you to come and grieve with them. Can you imagine a president saying this? In fact, a father will not say this to his child. Can you imagine that your child is attacked? You will not tell your child, you know what, I'm going to check my calendar. I will adjust my schedule so that in 2-3 days, I will come and see you. What kind of father will say something like that? Not to talk about a man who campaigned, who ran for a position under the pretext that he can do the job. See your life. You are not doing the job. What kind of adjustment to program are you talking about? Now, everything that Alhaji did not even pay me as much as the supposed victims. The governor of Benue State, what he's doing. Have you been seeing what he's doing? First of all, they said that they are preparing for Alhaji's arrival. They're preparing for the presidency to visit them on Wednesday. Suddenly, we are seeing helicopters. We are seeing soldiers. We are seeing police going everywhere. They said they are preparing for the president's arrival. I said, this is exactly why Nigeria is where it is still today. Because why don't you allow the man to come and witness what you are witnessing? Let him come and say your reality now. Why will you fix your problem before his arrival? Then there will be no need for him to come now, because it doesn't look like you have a problem anymore. Also, why didn't you have all these helicopters and all these policemen and women everywhere since this time that you've been attacked? Why did you wait that the president is coming before you now have the police and the helicopters going everywhere? Oh, shoot me, I don't understand these people. Now, let me read this press statement by the Benue State government. This one shocked me. I thought the presidency was messing up, and then I saw the press statement from the Benue State government, and I'm like, why am I even caring so much? The statement is titled, Invitation to Welcome the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to Benue State. So they released a press statement to welcome the President to Benue State. I'm pleased to inform you, at the instance of our dear governor, to mobilize massively to give a rousing welcome to the president. What? Okay, let me keep going. The support group's constituency is required. So they have support group's constituency required to form a colorful shoulder-to-shoulder spread procession from airport to Wurukom roundabout and down to Government House, Makodi, where the president will address the town hall meeting. So, wow. Okay, more than 150 of your citizens were slaughtered by herdsmen, armed herdsmen. Now you want the same people to come and give a massive, a rousing welcome to the president. Not just that, you want them to put on uniform. You are telling them to form a colorful shoulder-to-shoulder spread procession. You want them to form a line from airport to welcome the president. You said from airport to Wurukom roundabout and down to government. Okay, so this is going to be a celebration now. Maybe Wednesday will be here, tomorrow we'll all see. This was written, by the way, by the Senior Special Assistant on Special Groups Mobilization. Wow! What the heck is this? Why are we putting on uniform to welcome the president? Why are people lining up from airports to Wurukom roundabout to welcome the president? And I'm pretty sure they will clean up even the scene of the attack. I'm pretty sure they will clean everything up. Why don't you let him come and see things the way they are? This is exactly why the country is not moving forward. Packaging every time. Why would the man even believe that anything is wrong? We are our own problem. If the victims can be circulating this kind of letter to welcome the president that has failed you, obviously their government is also failing them in Benue State, because I don't understand the rationale behind this. And in preparation for the president's arrival in Benue State, the Inspector General of Police went there, and guys, you would not believe what he said.
When one incident happened, hundreds of incidents have been prevented that are not known to the public. So that this happened does not mean that we have not been deploying. We have actually been deploying. We've been working together with the military and with other security agencies to ensure that this reign of impunity of these criminal elements ends.
Can you imagine? Wow. I mean, first of all, we've never seen any evidence that they foiled an attack, that these people actually went there and they were not successful because the police or the soldiers prevented them. If that had happened, it would have been all over the news. I'm not saying that you are not working. I'm just saying if it had happened, you would have put it out there. Second of all, why would you say something like that to people who just lost their loved ones? There was one man that lost more than 20 family members, Even if it was armed robbery, you don't tell somebody that has just been robbed that, and the fact that you were robbed doesn't mean that we have not been working, doesn't mean that we have not been preventing. People who says something like that to people who just lost their loved ones, I think that is very insensitive, and I don't think that it is true. Because why would he say the next statement that he said? Listen to this.
My appeal to the community is to cooperate with us. They know their environment more than anyone else. They should give us information. They know the strangers. They can recognize strange movements. They can see the signs that warns that there is an impending danger. They should please give information to us.
Wow. So now it is the people that can see the sign that there is an impending danger. You are relying on the same people that you were telling that you've been working. You've been preventing. Why do you need people to give you information again? If you have been preventing, how have you been preventing attacks? How have you been foiling attacks? If you didn't have information, if you still have to be asking people to cooperate with you to give you information, Daddy, please, whatever we do in this life, let us always have the fear of God. Now. I'm sorry, but I don't think these people know that there's a problem. I don't see anything changing after Alhaji's visit, because first of all, he doesn't care. He didn't actually want to go. It has taken him how many days now for him to go and visit, and it took him more than 24 hours, by the way, to express his condolences at all. And he's also blaming the victims for what happened. So I really don't see anything changing. And now look at the victims themselves. Look at what they are saying. I do not see anything changing anytime soon in Benue State. But if you believe in Alhaji's visit bringing any change at all to Benue State, let me know. I'm open to hearing your rationale about this, because this one that I'm seeing, we are not ready. As a country, we are not ready. It looks like our leaders really enjoyed the people being oppressed. Now, speaking of oppressing people, move closer. Did you hear about what happened to Senator Natasha Akpoti? Hey, as you guys are aware, she was supposed to be arraigned a couple of weeks ago, but they moved it to the 19th. It is this Thursday, only for us to wake up yesterday, Monday yesterday, to find out that there has been another lawsuit, another federal lawsuit against Senator Natasha Akpoti. By the way, this was filed by Akpabio and Yaya Bello. The same people filed a federal lawsuit once again against Senator Natasha Akpoti, and basically they filed the same lawsuit that he had filed against her. I don't know, maybe they don't want to wait till Thursday, I don't understand. Or maybe they try to bribe the judge that will preside over the case on Thursday, and they were not able to bribe the judge. I really don't understand why they will file another lawsuit, the exact same lawsuit again against her. So not only did they file this lawsuit again, the very same day that they filed the lawsuit, they decided to arraign her that same day without serving her lawyer. Now let me just tell you about what happened. Somebody just called her lawyer out of the blue, and they were like, you know that your client is supposed to be here today, and it's like, for what? She's not supposed to be there until Thursday. Her arraignment is on Thursday. And the person was like, no, There's another lawsuit against her. The lawyer was like, what are you talking about? This person said a federal lawsuit. The lawyer said, yes, now the federal lawsuit, the arraignment is on Thursday. And this person insisted, no, there is another federal lawsuit against your client. You better start coming. The lawyer left everything, put on their robe, and started running to the court. When they got to the court, guess what the lawyer saw? The lawyer saw soldiers and police, about 100 of them outside, and he was like, nobody told me that Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court today now. Because it is usually when Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court that they have all these soldiers and policemen everywhere. So the lawyer was wondering what was happening. He did not know that all those soldiers and policemen were there for his client, Senator Natasha Akpoti. As soon as the man entered, he started hearing, my lord, because the defendant is not here today, we have a right to go and have her arrested for failing to show up in court. This was happening as he was walking you. That was how the lawyer said, excuse me, what do you mean the defendant is not here? The defendant was never served. My client was never served. I am her lawyer. I did not receive anything. I was not served. How can you arraign somebody that you did not even notify that she has a case? The lawyer was so upset. He said, look at me, I'm not supposed to be here. If not that I got a tip to be here. They said and they tried to serve her. They were unsuccessful. The lawyer said, what do you mean? You know my name, you know my office. You could have dropped the paper for me. You know her, you know where she lives. You could have served her. You did not do any of this. He said, my lord, you cannot expect somebody to be in court when they were not served, when they were not aware that they have a court hearing. Remember, these people came to court with police, with soldiers. They were prepared. And they intentionally did not tell her or her lawyers. If not for that good Samaritan that tipped her lawyer. Do you know that based on the fact that she did not show up to a case that she's not even aware exists, the prosecution counsel, Akpabio's lawyer, now urged the court to issue a bench warrant for the arrest of Senator Natasha Akpoti. They wanted to go and arrest her with a huge display of power. Just to oppress. They were not even going there with 1, 2, 3 policemen and soldiers. No. They had a whole battalion ready to go and arrest this woman. Because of what? What kind of intimidation is this? Now, when the judge found out that she was not served, Justice Mohammed Umar rejected the request by the prosecution to arrest her for failing to present herself for arraignment based on the fact that she was not served. Exactly what has this woman done wrong? Let's just look at it together. Initially, this woman said that she's been sexually harassed. They kicked her out of Senate. They suspended her for 6 months. On top of that, they brought a federal lawsuit against her in which she will be arraigned this Thursday. It's just 2 more days. So they now brought another federal lawsuit, the same thing. On the same day, they decided to arraign her in absentia. Without telling her, without serving her, without telling her lawyers. If not that her lawyer decided to go and check out the tip that was given to him by this good Samaritan. The next thing, they will just get the approval of the court and they will just storm this woman's house. And they will just take her to prison. They will say she was arrested for failing to show up in court. And if that had happened, how would she even now fight for her rights to say, I was not aware? She wouldn't be given the opportunity to even explain that she was not served. This is wrong. This is intimidation on another level. I don't understand why these people are so desperate to get rid of this woman. Why they are so desperate to put her in prison. All she's asking for is fair hearing. She's supposed to hear her case in court. Remember, she filed a lawsuit on this sexual harassment. She wants to present her evidence in court, but they want to arraign her before the day that she would present her own evidence in court. By now, people who are saying that maybe the woman was lying, many of them are also starting to think, is this how to handle the situation? If someone even lied against you as a Senate president, all you needed to do was step down honorably and allow for independent investigation. But instead of that, this man is bent on putting her in prison. And if they are doing all this to her, now that she's out of the Senate, I can only imagine all that this man has been doing to her even before now. Anyway, Federal Republic of Nigeria versus Senator Natasha. On the 19th, this Thursday, at 11 a.m., the court hearing will be held at High Court number 8. High Court 8. It's in Maitama in Abuja. At this point, all I see is desperation. Desperation to silence her. desperation to put her in prison. Let me know what you guys think about this. And also let me know what you think about the president telling us that he will clear his calendar to show up on Wednesday, and the fact that the people of Benue State are preparing as if they're having a celebration, as if they're having a festival or something that the president is coming to attend. So let me know what you guys think about this. Don't forget to subscribe if you're yet to. Alright, so this is me and I'm keeping you up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Until next time, I will see you all there. Peace out.
àbúrò mi yẹn sọ yes ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà ní orí àga oyè ìṣe ìjọba ìdarí ìjọba Nàìjíríà, if you not understand these things a máa jẹ́ kó yé yín, ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀rọ̀ ìbáwí kò dàbí ohun ayọ̀ nísinsìnyí. The Bible says gbogbo ẹni tó bá fi ayọ̀ gbà oríire àti ayọ̀ ìbùkún ló máa já sí fún. Now kò sí ẹnikẹ́ni tó fẹ́ downfall. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà lórí oyè, ẹ̀yin ní kẹ́ làkàkà kẹ́ má wá downfall àwa citizens, kí ẹ jẹ́ kí ìjọba yín kó tu gbogbo mọ̀túnmùwà lára. Let there be peace on the land. Let everybody go to their region and take care of themselves. This type of domination tí ó ń wáyé tá ń rí wọ̀nyí from one region to the other, it will be minimized and taken care of. Therefore, it is my own opinion that there should be what? A committee to be inaugurated and look into the affairs of what is happening critically in Benue State. And máa kíyèsí ohun tí ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀mí, spiritual thing that God, speaks through his prophets. Over 2 months I have pronounced it, and I saw a looming danger. I saw these strange killers. They came in my vision, in the revelation where God revealed it to me, that they came in and started killing people. I pronounce it. If this has been taken care of and the military are in action, I am telling you, they will not be saying they are looking for the perpetrators, but they would have prevented it. If you don't prevent it, it will occur and it become what? A problem. The consequences of what? Of ironing. Kí ọmọ akẹ́tí kò sí ọ̀rọ̀ tí Ọlọ́run bá sọ bá inú àwọn wòlíì. Ó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wòlíì ló wà tí ò jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ lè mọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n wòlíì sì ń bẹ ní Israeli. There are still what? Prophets in Israel of our land. Ní ti èdè ṣe Natasha, àwọn nǹkan tí ò bá ti dára kò dára là ń pè. If Natasha is to appear in a court of law to defend herself and she was not served or notified, but Akpabio wants to find a way to make sure that Nigeria are called to her, it's a wrong thing. It's a wrong thing. If you are in a position, maintain the culture of that position morally, so that people will be able to say about you that you've done the best you cover. What is shame what will she? Listen to this scripture. The book of Job chapter 28 verse 19 and 20. I will read from verse 20. Níbo ha lè ọgbọ́n ti jáde wá? Tàbí níbo ni ibi òye? A rí pé ó lù mọ́ kúrò ní ojú àwọn alààyè gbogbo, ó sì farasin fún ẹyẹ ojú ọ̀run. Ibi ìparun, àbádónì àti ikú wípé àwa ti fi ètè wa gbúrò rẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ni ó mọ̀ye ipa ọ̀nà rẹ̀, ó sì mọ ipò rẹ̀. There is no position you are of which God did not know about. It is now left for you to maintain the culture of that position and use it wisely. Every gift of life given by God is to be used wisely. If you as a person mount a position today, a position of what? Of honor, you should try all you could do to prevent any kind of negative attitude and characters, so that it will not spell doom on you. What you are doing, what I am doing under the sun, God knows. God sees it from time to time, and He writes down for you. While by a real you cannot jump it over. You can't jump it past. So, ẹ̀yin ará Benue, ẹ má ṣàsùnpìyè o. I am so interested in telling you what God revealed to me this afternoon because of the love I have for that state. I was once in that state. I spent almost 8 months in Otokpo, in Benue State. And so, I know how flexible their mind are. I know how liberal they are. I know how, good these people are. I don't know why the government should stoop so low, leaving them behind into the hands of what? Of killers. And at the end of the day, you now be blaming the what? The aggrieved ones. You now be blaming the aggrieved ones. Tẹ́ bá ṣe dáadáa, tójú yín bá ká ìlú tẹ́lẹ̀ ìjọba lé lórí. Tójú yín bá ká táwọn tẹ́ ẹ fi síbẹ̀ tí wọ́n gbàbọ̀dé fún yín, tó ń gbàbọ̀dé fún ìlú. Do you think it can be that way? No. However, eléyìí ti ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́, no. Ìmíì ní kẹ́ prevent kó má ṣẹlẹ̀, because ojú àwọn ẹni ìka wọ̀nyí, they have wọ́n ní ọ̀gá, wọ́n ní olórí tó ti test ilẹ̀ ibẹ̀ yẹn, tó ti rí pé wọ́n natural resources kan wà níbẹ̀ tó fẹ́ displace àwọn ènìyàn yẹn kí wọ́n lé wọn paríko. kan sá lọ pátápátá tẹ̀fẹ̀tẹ̀fẹ̀ kí wọ́n lè máa ṣe kíni kọ́ lè máa explore àwọn nǹkan tí Ọlọ́run deposit síbẹ̀ fún wọn. The gift God given to them, that they are gifted by God, is what they are aiming to chase them upon. Is what they are aiming to destroy them, to dislodge them for. Therefore, President Tinubu, please provide a policy that will safeguard these people. Let the military be at work in that location so that anything that comes up negatively will be quickly taken care of. Àwọn tí ọ̀rọ̀ kàn, I pass my condolences across to you. So when very dark man got to that place, he revealed, he went into the each room where these innocent people were burnt. They were burnt to ashes. It took tears out of my eyes when that honorable gentleman was, revealing, showing all those things, showcasing them. Ó dùn mí, mo sì gbàdúrà fún wípé Olúwa kó jọ nínú àánú rẹ̀ kó bá mi foríjì wọ́n, kó sì dáríjì wọ́n, kó mú ìbànújẹ́ irú èyí jìnnà sí ti ṣe àwọn ọmọ Ọlọ́run wọ̀nyí, kó mú jìnnà sí àwa náà. Please accept my condolences. It is well with you in the name of Jesus. Tó kàn dùn mí jù ni pé àwọn tó ń ṣèkà yóò mọ̀ wípé ilé ayé ò ń ṣàwáì lọ. All of us will leave this world one day. If you like, keep killing people. One day you will be killed. One day you will leave this odd world. I want President Tinubu to put things right. Put things in the way they were supposed to be. I saw a video allegedly saying that Adu Alero, who was declared wanted in Katsina, said that he would not thank you very much. He will not do what? He will not retrieve his AK-47 unless they stop calling them what? Killers. This is terrible. However, God cannot be mocked. By the grace of God, we will be talking about every occurrence that happens in this contraption we are. We will not close our mouth. They have been trying to clamp down on people who speak out, or people who speak the truth. But the truth can never be covered. The truth will what? Tẹ́ bá bò mọ́lẹ̀ fógún ọdún, agbórí jáde lọ́jọ́ kan. gbogbo ohun tẹ́ bá sì ṣe sákòókò náà la máa fi hàn yín fàyè gbọ́ torí wípé ẹni tó ń kọ̀ọ̀kan bí ẹ̀dá kan gbàgbé. He that is writing it down is writing it, even though man forgets. It is well with you. I remain Prophet Akingbulugbe Ayo in Celestial Church of Christ. Thank you, my people.